What's going on, my peoples? What's going on, my peoples? Of course, whenever I'm tapping in, I'm either on the way to work, coming home from work, doing an excursion, because that's what black men do. We work. We work very hard. We take care of our family and our children. That's what we do. So, what are we talking about? I was listening to some news anchors talk about the Great Resignation, and even though the left is bogus with this gender ideology stuff, which is bogus right now, don't sleep on the Republicans. Yes, they're reporting some things better than Democrats, but they're still up to their same old tricks to where they're trying to use the idea people don't want to work as a means to cut social services. I understand the strategies. You guys do the same thing over and over and over and keep people ignorant. But, I'm almost 40 and I've seen this, I've heard this rhetoric, and I understand what you guys are doing. So I don't think the left is better than the right or Republicans are better than Democrats. I think they all do the same thing in different ways. They might, one issue, it might make more sense than the other, but overall, still, it's not about the people in the middle. It's about the people who think far right or think far, the practical people who are average people, who are average earners, or even above average, or practical people don't think the way these people do. So, I started with this article, 3 reasons why, and I'm just using the headline. I'm not necessarily, these are just the articles that I kind of was reading to get this. It says that American has 8.4 million unemployed and there's 10 million job openings. But see, they like to keep the conversation in that gray territory, because you can simply say, well, that means that the Americans just don't want to work. But hold on. There's also 5 million fewer jobs compared to before the pandemic, right? So they'll say we added 300,000 jobs, but there's still 5 million less jobs than pre-pandemic. Now, context is everything. Why do I say context is everything? Context is everything because you got to understand that the jobs that were lost were jobs that were jobs that required a certain skill set. So if you had a job where you worked in banking, finances, or something that required some formal education, if you lose your job or if you resign because you don't have daycare because the daycare is declined, then they added 300,000 service sector jobs. You're not telling me you expect a person that has a skilled background, you're not expecting them to just go get a regular service sector job, are you? Are you expecting them to just say, hey, forget my training, forget that I used to make over $100,000. There's a job that pays $15 an hour. That's essentially kind of what's happening. Using root analysis to come to this good conclusion that it's just that nobody wants to work, and Republicans will say, well, we're just giving away too much money. People make more money at home. Bro, that was true maybe years ago, and it's not true right now. Stop saying that shit. That shit's stupid. Stop saying it. I don't like when the Democrats play these identity politics or try to act like there's no such thing as a woman or gender as a social I don't like that either. I don't like that. I don't agree with it. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to trade that in to hear Republicans basically talk about this welfare thing. I know what y'all doing. Y'all just want to use that to cut it. I get it. But the mystery is that at the heart of the economic recovery, 10 million job openings. You can't just explain it like that. That's the problem. We're looking for the simplest explanation when sometimes it's not. And then when it is a simple explanation, we make it complicated. When it's complicated,